Good evening. Welcome back to another show. Tonight, I'm going to do my player ratings, and I wanted to do it last night, but I was absolutely knackered, so I had to early bed about 9:30. So I couldn't do it last night, but now I'm doing it. Got to be super quick because I'm on the Horseman show at 8 o'clock in the night. So if you like the video, could you please hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and also leave a comment in the live comments. So yeah, just picking up Brunson yesterday. And it was a shocking performance, wasn't it? Second half, let's be real about it. I mean, I can't think of anyone's getting a high rating today because, especially at the back was absolutely atrocious yesterday. And when you got three centre backs like Kraft, Fernandez, and Clark at the back, then you're asking for trouble. I mean, for me, Kieran Clark is done at the club. I think Fernandez is okay, but he needs two pacey defenders alongside him. And Emil Kraft, I just think, is one of the worst players I've ever seen at Newcastle United, to be fair. So, like I said, the wing-backs for me, I thought Murphy did okay, but he's not a wing-back. He's a winger. And Matt Ritchie, as much as I love him, and it's going to be harsh to say, but I think it's time Newcastle's done because he's coming 32, and you cannot have a 32-year-old player playing a wing-back. You've got to be so quick, and I'm afraid I think Ritchie's heart has gone back to Bournemouth. He wants to go back to Bournemouth. And if that's the case, then let Jamal Lewis take his place, give him a run of games, and then play Ritchie either somewhere, probably in the midfield, or send him to Bournemouth if needs to be. So, oh man, I do love Matt, but he wasn't very good with it. Apart from that cross he did yesterday, second half, he was very, very poor, and he wasn't an all player. The midfield, go back to 2016, sorry. It was Shelvin Hayden in the holding role. Fast forward 5 years, they're still playing for Newcastle. That's not good enough. I mean, I like Hayden, but I like him alongside Willock in a holding run 4-2-3-1. I mean, Isaac Hayden, I love him. I think he's the best midfielder I've got. But is he top quality, though? Is he really top quality? He's been on the club for what? 5-6 seasons now? And can he improve? Can he improve at Newcastle United? And I love the guy, but it needs someone like a Willock to play alongside him, but not in a 5-3-2. Mika Almiron, he has his moments, yeah? But again, he didn't look match fit. Again, with Riggy, I love him, but you cannot play the guy in a midfield three. You just cannot. He has to play in the 10 role. And if you cannot play in the 10 role, you cannot play in the central midfield. That is not his game. And he cleared off the line yesterday early in the first half. And you can't have him help out in defence because by the time he runs up and down the pitch, around the 60th minute mark, he looks knackered. It's not just him. ASM, I thought he was decent first half. At fault for the second goal. Yeah, he scored a brilliant assist. Well, not scored a brilliant assist. He made an assist for the first goal. It was absolutely fantastic. A lovely cross for Wilson, which I think he did okay. But I can't understand why Boost took off Wilson. With 4-2 down. We needed a goal or two to try and get something out of the game. He goes and takes off Wilson, and then he goes and bring on Joe Linton. What's that all about? What's that really all about? Do you know what I mean? He should have went 4-4-2. I mean, take off a defender, bring on a striker. Okay, cool, do that. But at the end of the day, it is so frustrating for us because Steve Bruce hasn't got a plan B. This manager, he knew the defence needed sorting out. Since he came through the door, I could be wrong on this, but he has not brought a centre-back since he's been at the club. There's been the same centre-backs since Rafa left. And it's been, 3 seasons? He has not brought one centre-back. It is an absolute disgrace, an absolute joke. Some of the defenders at the club are not good enough anymore. Emil Kraft ain't good enough. Fabian Schär, I love him, yeah, but he needs to come into the fray. Kieran Clark is finished, yeah, and we should never sold Lucian. We should never sold Lucian. He's one of the best centre-backs we had at the club. We badly missed ourselves yesterday with his leadership. There was no leadership at that club yesterday at all whatsoever. We was all over the place defensively. I mean, they're weak. The midfield is weak. And up front, I had to feel sorry for Wilson and ASM because they have tried. And the fact of the matter is, we're in for a long, long season. And until we get that fixed up, as long as we get it sorted out, then let's be real here, we're going to be in serious trouble because at the end of the day, we have learned absolutely naught from last season. Absolutely naught. Because the bottom line is, right, we have got substandard defense. We really, really have to slow, and he just hits it along all the time. And if you agree with us, guys, just leave in the comments in the section down below, or leave live comments as well, and tell us, am I right in saying it? Because if I'm wrong, then please tell us, because at the end of the day, I think I'm right. And it needs fixing up in defense. We could see the 62 goals last season. Let's be real. And he has done absolutely nothing to do about it. I mean, our recruitment policy is an absolute joke. It really, really is. We're improving on the wrong areas for me. Do you know what I mean? And I'm just kind of sick of it now. And all the people are saying that, it's only the first game, right? Don't overreact. I'm sorry. It's not just the first game. It's 2 flipping seasons under this manager. Do you know what I mean? He seems to don't do anything about it. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely ridiculous, man. It's an absolute joke. And it needs to be fixed up, because we go to Villa on Saturday and we are going to get absolutely slaughtered as things stands. Let's be real about it. They'll bounce back. And Steve Bruce just don't do anything about it. He insists on playing the 5-3-2 every single week. And the bottom line is, right, let's be real, right? He is so stubborn. He just keeps at it. He wants to keep at it. Let's be real, because we are a disgrace at the football club. It is a banter club, yeah? We're going nowhere on these lot, I'm telling you. I've got some comments here before I go into the player ratings, yeah? Even John will be well, mate. I'm looking forward to it. Neat like at 8 o'clock. John's on the Horseman Show. And I've got Liam as well. I've seen people saying the penalty is why we lost. I tell you what it is. Don't let the penalty get in the way of our poor performance, second half performance. The penalty had now to do with our performance in the second half, yeah? Now, let's be real, Liam, because at the end of the day, yes, I looked at it again. Oh, was it a penalty? Was it not a penalty? I thought, for me, he's just got a touch with it, Murphy. He just got to touch that ball. But at the end of the day, it was a harsh decision. But don't let it get in the way. We were poor. West Ham had us on toast in the second half, and they could have scored before that. Even if it wasn't a pen, they would have won the game quite easily. Bruce is brave, tackling calls and answering the fans on Thursday night. I heard that on Total Sport. That should be fun to listen. Don't you think? I'll tell you what, I'll be listening to that as well, mate. I may miss the gym for that day. You never know. Pinnock start for Newcastle, Willock. Not Pinnock, Willock. And yeah, he'll be starting on Saturday. We badly missed him. Do you know what I mean? I can see having a Villa Park. Yeah, he could be right there. What's the fuss on Breno on Friday? I thought he was excellent. And Ivan Toney is fantastic as well. And just asking Liam, Will and Demolisher says, never hope when we have that cabbage in charge. I got Tango BB'd, hope you're okay. Players don't care. They're just happy with the overpaid lifestyle. That is the thing. The bottom line is, I'm not being funny, but I've heard a few people saying they only come to Newcastle just to pick up the paychecks or whatever it may be. But if that's the case, then shame on them, because I only want Newcastle players, the players, to do a job and play for the badge, not for the money. It's as simple as that. So please hit the like button, and please consider subscribing to my channel and keep those comments coming through. And this is the thing. I'm not being funny, right? But I mean, I've gone up against Southampton on Saturday week, and I'm definitely going to go to that game. I'm going to watch it live, so I'm afraid I won't be doing the watch along. I'm doing the watch along on Saturday against Villa. So please join us for that. I'm going to try and get Big Paul to come on me watch along as well, so that'll be fun in games. I've got Lily as well, the Leicester City fan. Watkins and Bailey are back. They're going to rip us a good one on Saturday. Let's be real. I've got no confidence in this team at all whatsoever. Change the tactics, Steve. Change to a 4-2-3-1, because a 5-3-2 is clearly is not working. So, and I'm still getting people having a go at us. I had a Fulham fan saying that I overreacted because I was being negative. I'm not being negative, it's facts. Do you know what I mean? We've gone to and I said this the other day, we're going to the new season, right? The new season with the same players, yeah? And it's gone to the same. So I witnessed 38 games ago, yeah? In other words, last season. As for Freddie Woodman, he's made 2 decent saves. Okay, he could have done a bit bad for the penalty, but he made a good save from Ben Rara, if I pronounce his name right, sort of thing. But he was hung out to dry. He was hung out to dry because he did not deserve that at all whatsoever. He knew he played for a weak back three, and that is the problem. Do you know what I mean? And I've been on 10 minutes. I'm doing player ratings. Yeah, I can go half an hour on this. People are going to player ratings if I can. And then Jay said, "Don't change the tactics, Steve. Just change Steve Bruce." Do you know what it is? Right? I can't see him last until Christmas. Yeah, this manager's got to get out. He has to go because Arcus is getting relegated with this manager this time. Even when Watford made a good start, Brentford's made a good start. We lose on Saturday, and Watford wins. We'll be 6 points behind them. We'll be 6 points behind two promoted teams. How embarrassing is that? It's going to be a long season. I don't care what anyone says. And people can say we could be as negative as much as you want. Yeah, but how are man? A joke. And here we go. We got Lily, Bailey or Murphy. Bailey all day long. Because Bailey's got all the tricks and skills. He's got a lovely left foot on him. He can cut inside, skillful. I love skillful wingers, by the way. I really do love skillful wingers. And we don't play with wingers. That's the thing. I mean, Lily said, Brentford and Newcastle combined. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start doing the combined 11 pretty soon, you know. I can guarantee you, not many Newcastle fans are getting in that team. Let's be real about it, yeah? But I'm torn to definitely be in. If I'm going to play a 4-3-3, then I'm going to have to choose between Tony and Wilson. So I have to have two wide players. ASM will be in it as well. And I like to look at Canos as well. And Norgard in midfield would definitely be there as well. No question about that. Their goalkeeper's decent, by the way. Yeah, big up to the keeper, the Brentford keeper. And big up to Thomas Frank as well, because that manager, don't get us wrong, he knows how to whip the fans up. Did you see him on Fridays after the game? He clapped to every single Brentford fans, corner to corner. This manager is going to be fun in the Premier League. He's so talented and he's classy. And he signed a long-term contract last season, I think. And there's no way Brentford's going to let him go. Let's be real. He's going to cost a hell of a lot of money, this guy, in compensation if anyone picks him up. Like, I'd love to have Thomas Frank as much as he's young. And he's got fantastic ideas. And he's modern as well. But he'll probably have Ashley for breakfast, by the way. He's too ambitious to come to Newcastle United. Let's have it out there. Right, I'm going to go on straight to the player ratings. And this is going to how it works, yeah? I'm going to give the players 1 to 11 a rating out of 10. Yeah, and that includes the subs and the manager. When I do call on the manager and Steve Bruce, he better look away now because this ain't going to be pretty whatsoever. And if you, like I said, stick a like on, subscribe, you know the drill. I got Tangy as well. Fans need to stop being in the mindset that they are there to have a good time. It's an entertainment industry, and there has been very entertainment 14 years. Time for the fans to get tougher. We need to get tougher. Absolutely right. And I think the fans as well need to open their eyes a little bit and look at what's happening at the club. Yeah, excuse me. And people's going to say, it's only one game, it's only one game. Yeah, I said it earlier on. It's 2 seasons. That's where the problem is. Do you know what I mean? And the pundits, right? I listened to TalkSport today, man. And Newcastle United haven't hardly been mentioned at all. Again, it's the usual suspects being mentioned. Arteta under pressure. They couldn't stop talking about Arteta at all. Harry Kane's been mentioned. Spurs has been mentioned. United's been mentioned. City's been mentioned. Not Newcastle United. They don't want to speak about them. They just don't. We don't exist anymore. I hear people crying. I got, would Tielemans start for Newcastle ahead of Shelby? He was there every single time, Lily. Really, you do have some daft questions, pet. Don't know what I mean. But we do like you. We do like you. We welcome any fans on my chat, and Leicester fans as well. I love watching Youri Tielemans. He is such a skillful, silky midfielder, him, man. You know what I mean? Absolutely fantastic. And he's the only one who gets more time on the ball these days. He's just so calm on the ball. So there you go. Right, I'm going to go straight into the player ratings then. And I'm going to start with Freddie Woodman. I'm going to give him a 5. Listen, it's great to see him make his Premier League debut. And the problem is he couldn't do anything about the goals, really. He was left hung out to dry by the 3 centre-backs. Yeah, and he couldn't really help a bit more by them, but they were absolutely useless at all. Absolutely useless, yeah. And the communication needs to be better between Woodman and his defence as well. So for me, I'm going to give him a 5. And the reason I'm giving him a 5 is because it's not his fault. I thought he did decent, but he was badly let down by the defense as well. So a reason I could have given him a 6, but I'm going to give him a 5 because he could have done better for the penalty save. So it's 5 out of 10. Now I'm going to go on to Jacob Murphy. I'm going to give him a 5. Don't get us wrong. I mean, he's good attacking, but he's so vulnerable at the back. Took his goals well, definitely, yeah. But one thing I got to say about Jacob Murphy, he needs to understand his defensive responsibilities is not there yet. Yes, he gave a penalty away. It was harsh, yeah. But his distribution as well and defending needs to be worked on Jacob Murphy. Am I being harsh on him? I could do, but I'm just speaking the truth on this guy because at the end of the day, it will get better, but he needs to be coached better as well. So I'm going to give Jacob definitely a 5 out of 10. On the other side, I'm going to give Matt Ritchie. Well, sometimes he's good and sometimes he's pretty bad. I mean, the first half, he did a good assist for the goal for Jacob Murphy, yeah. But it's the actual left wing back. The qualities are there, but he got caught often, quite a few times yesterday, yeah. When Souček goes past him for the rebound and penalty, he should have been more aware. But for the fourth goal, is partly blamed as well, along with Fernandes as well. So as a win back, I think Matt Ritchie is done for me. Let's be real. I don't want to put him down, but he's definitely done for me. And surely now, I think if he wants to move to Bournemouth, if they come back for him, then I'll just say, thanks very much, Matt. You've had a great season for Newcastle United, but I think you need to be on to Bournemouth, and I want to give Jamal Lewis his chance, yeah. So for me, I'm going to give him a 3 out of 10 because defensively, it wasn't very good. I'm being a bit harsh now, I'm sorry, but it's a 3 for me. Now, on to the 3 centre-backs. I'm going to start with Emil Kraft. I thought he was awful yesterday. He just cannot defend the toffee, this guy. And I was very surprised when he was picked ahead of Lascelles, ahead of Shea as well. And for me, he shouldn't be starting in the Premier League games at all whatsoever. And he's definitely not a centre-back for me. I'm going to give him a 2 out of 10. And I'm going to go on to Federico Fernandes. I'm going to give him a 4. Don't get us wrong. I thought it was the best defence we had. Is that saying a lot? Probably. But his communication wasn't the best. He missed a tackle on Bowen when he should have scored. And when you play in the 3 centre-backs, you have to have communication. I did not see that from yesterday, sort of thing. He's the most experienced centre-back, and he should be doing better. And also, he was at fault as well for the 4th goal when Antonio found him out. So I'm going to give him a 4 out of 10. Kieran Clark. Listen, I'm a fan of Kieran Clark, but unfortunately, let's be real, I think his time is done at Newcastle United, yeah? He could offer set pieces here. He was close in the first half, but other than that, his lack of pace and mobility as a letdown for me. And not really that sort of thing. He's good in the pass, but for me, I just do not think he's good enough. Missed tackles haven't helped. He was all over the place alongside Federico and Emil. I'm going to give him a 4 out of 10 as well. So it's a 4 out of 10 for Kieran Clark. And when Jamal Lascelles and Shea comes back, his place is going to be in serious threat already. So that's 4 out of 10. Isaac Hayden, I'm going to give him a 4. I mean, don't get us wrong. You're going to play midfield 3, right? He needs to be in a holding role. We'll probably work alongside him. But this 3 in midfield does not seem at all for me. He's the best midfielder we've got. Excuse me. But we hardly see him tackle and intercept like he usually does yesterday. We've not seen that yesterday at all whatsoever. And I said before, can he do it against the top sides? Probably not. But this is the sort of game we need to see Isaac Hayden in the cut. We need to see this guy in the cut. I did not see that from him yesterday, sort of thing. But he didn't see him tackle or intercept. But he was outrun alongside John Shelby in midfield. I'm going to give John Shelby the 4 as well. Yeah, I mean, he played some nice passes, especially in the first half. But in the second half, him and Hayden were outforced by Souček and Rice, sort of thing. They were overrun and were second best in midfield all the time. Let's be real about that. But like I said before, they both played in the Championship in 2016. Fast forward 5 years, guess what? They're still at the club. Yeah, John Shelby is done. Yeah, Isaac Hayden, I'll stick with him. I won't tap him out yet. But if he plays the Hayden, Willock and Zach long goes, yeah. But again, Shelby is still lazy for me. and he got but. So I'll give Shelby a 4, Hayden a 4. On to Miguel Almiron. I like him, don't get us wrong, but he doesn't look fit for us at all. He's not had much fitness. I don't understand why he was picked in the team ahead of Sean Longstaff. Do you know what I mean? Or even Matty Longstaff for that matter. Yeah, he did not look fit. He cleared the line early in the first half, but he was quite tidy between the lines. And for me, I just don't think Almiron's suited for the Premier League. I'm not going to lie, but let's be real. I just do not think he's suited for the Premier League. And I think it's time for him to move on because I've not seen an outstanding performance from Miggy lately. I haven't. Don't get us wrong. I like his energy. He's like Duracell. But when was the last time he scored a goal? When was the last time? Or when is the last time he made an assist? It's been a long, long time ago. He's a number 10, not in the midfield three. It does not suit him whatsoever. And after 60 minutes, he looks knackered because he has to help in defence, which is unfair on the guy. Excuse me. Unfair on him, but he needs to be moved on now. I think he's got 2 years left on his contract. I could be wrong. So for me, I'm going to give him a 3 out of 10. On to ASM. I thought it was decent. I'm going to give him a 7. I mean, a brilliant assist for the first goal. I thought, first half, his dribbling skills is absolutely too much for West Ham at times. And he tried to make things happening. And listen, the one downside I got of him, sort of thing, he lost the ball in the second half, which cost West Ham the goal. But other than that sort of thing, I'm not going to blame him today because he gave it all today. I think he had a right goal. I mean, brilliant skills for the first goal, like I said. And I just hope that all the players around him fix up as well. Otherwise, he'll be gone in January because he does not want a final relegation. For me, he's a 7 out of 10 for the Frenchman. On to Callum Wilson. I'm going to give him a 6. I mean, first half he was decent, scored a good header goal. He was on looking for another one when he tried to back heel, distract the keeper. His runs is fantastic. At times, it didn't quite come off for him as well with the final balls, etc., etc. But I think the link-up play between Alan and as well is fantastic. But when Joe Willer comes into the team, we see a different Callum Wilson in as well. So I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. I think it's a good show in front of the fans as well. And it will get better and better. He should never have got taken off, by the way. Let's be real about that. And on to the subs, I got Ryan Fraser. He didn't spend much. I'm going to give him a standard 5. Sean Longstaff and Joe Linton, I'm going to give him a standard 5 as well. All those three didn't really do much, let's be real. But Ryan Fraser was close to that shot. And that Russell passed the post when we was down and out, to be honest with you, sort of thing. But like I said, subs, standard 5. I'm going to read the comments out before I come on to Steve Bruce. And I've got, so look. I've got Lily Reels off Newcastle ahead of Shelby every single time. Lily, I love watching your Reels. What for you? I was going to say, loving my channel then. But yes, every single time, Tillsman's quality. And I've got Jason. This the person seals fans with the defeats against similar or lower strengthened teams, me included, when we should be confident for the win. There's just no hope anymore with Bruce in charge. And all these people saying that, we're going to win 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, whatever that sort of thing. Have a word with yourself, yeah? Because at the end of the day, we're simply aren't good enough. That squad gets us relegated unless we fix up that defence. And now I've got Ryan as well. And Richie has been done since Rafa left, but came for clutch for us at times. Time will grow for me also. I have to agree with Ryan. I love Richie. What he's done for the club is absolutely amazing for the club. He's loyal, he's got passion, and he's got a heart. Yeah, that's what I love about Matt Ritchie. But unfortunately, I think he needs to move on because end of the day, you got to give Jamal Lewis a go now. You know what I mean? You need to have pace at win back that's going to run up and down if that's Bruce's tactic. You know what I mean? Personally, I say 4-2-3-1. And I've got G as well. First half, so here. Went apart in the second half. Absolutely right, Gia. Second half was just so embarrassing to watch. It was just a typical Steve Bruce's performances, yeah? And I was so embarrassed. If Paul was with us yesterday, he would have gone absolutely potty. I'm telling you. Do you know what I mean? But like I said, I'm going to go on to Steve Bruce. Now, Steve Bruce haven't learned from last season or the season before that. Okay? And
he knew in the summer he's going to get that defense fixed up. Yeah, he did absolutely not about it. Yeah, he put all eggs in one basket in Joe Willock, and thank God we got him. But we need a centre back, maybe it's two with Pierce. We lost that on to Anserbi from Man U. He's gone to Aston Villa, and the bottom line is, if you want a player, you've got to be so aggressive, and get the player through the door. But no, you got Charlie, don't give a toss about bringing players in. Yeah, he needs to be pressured. He needs to be challenged as well. Get the players in, etc. Yeah, he can't even close the deal. Struggle to close the deal off from Joe Willock. And absolutely ridiculous, man. I just don't get it at all whatsoever, man. It's just a banter club. But he should have been sacked last season. In fact, he's the part of the problem, big time. And he just hasn't got a clue. When it comes to tactics sort of thing, we were in 3-2 down. He should have changed it up. Play a 4-4-2, keep Wilson on the pitch, bring on Dwight Gill, and just take off the defender and just go for it. And play 4-4-2 even, and have a real go. He just stood there, didn't deal out upon it. And where's Graham Jones, by the way? Why is he not part of the coaching staff here? Do you know what I mean? Why is he not being involved? Do you know what I mean? Yes, because Steve Bruce is tend to shut up. Do you know what I mean? Crazy, man. I just don't get it. I don't get it at all. And in the second half, that's got to be one of the worst second halves I've seen for a long, long time. The defense all over the place. He comes out and said that, yeah, VR should have checked it. Yeah, I agree with that. But don't let that excuse get in the way of the poor second half performance, because we were absolutely shocking. I don't think Famiaski had even had a shot to save, apart from when Fisher shot, when whistle past the post. And that was as good as we've got. And that needs to be sorted out. He is the worst manager I've ever seen at Newcastle United. Yeah, absolutely shocking. At least Ruud Hiller tried to play football. He wasn't that great. Ozzy Ardiles tried to play football. He wasn't that great. But Steve Bruce is so defensive-minded. One of these days, the players are going to lose their shite and they're going to rip into Steve Bruce. I like to see players going to argue him on this else as well. Start with ASM. And once that happens, then Steve Bruce is going to be in big, big trouble. Yeah, I'll give him a 0 out of 10. 0 out of 10. And for the fans, also I didn't go yesterday, but do you know what? Give yourself a 9 out of 10 for just to turn up, because the fans are back and you gave good support in the first half. But second half, I mean, you should have gone on for Bruce much, much more as well. It's supposed to be a toxic atmosphere in a minute. And I thought Steve Bruce, for what I've seen and heard, he's got on away with it yesterday. Yeah. If you're going to do a protest, you're going to try and get Bruce out. Do it properly, yeah? Just make sure you do it. Don't talk. Go for it. If not, tell Man United fans how it works. So, like I said, Bruce, I'll give him a 0 out of 10. And Tanji said, Steve Bruce is part of the problem, but let's face it, this has been going on for 14 years of no ambition. This is the thing. There's no ambition at this banter club. We are a banter club because we are. And if you look at the stadium now, there's all Tati, there's all Messi. Apparently, I spoke to David Harrison yesterday. He came on the chat on Jason's channel yesterday, and he basically said that the seats, the roof is in tatters. The outside is not even being cleaned. Now, if that is the case, then shame on Mike Ashley, because for me, he just doesn't care. He just threw the keys away with a letterbox and said, I want that to do Newcastle United anymore. I don't want to turn back up again. He didn't even turn up yesterday. And that's for Lee Charnley. Was he in the stadium yesterday? I don't know. I wasn't there. But I'll make sure I'll be there in a couple of weeks' time. Let's be real about it. Do you know what I mean? And this is the next comment I've got here. Got time as well. Steve Bruce already lost the dressing room and the fans. He's just been stubborn and he is fueling the anger. I tell you something now, right? If we get beat off Villa and then we get beat off Southampton, we've got to beat Southampton at home. If we don't win that game, then he's really got to feel it. Really got to feel it, because we've got Man U next. And then after that, it's Leeds United. And I think we got Watford away. And I tell you what, he better get some points on the board comfortably. Because if we don't start well, we get in the bottom three October, November time, then we got December, I think our time in the Premiership is going to be up. So let that sink in, Steve, because the fans aren't happy. We still were happy in the second half yesterday. You haven't learned your lesson. You haven't fixed up the defence. The midfield looks weak as well. When Joe Willock comes back in, I've got a feeling that Almiron's going to be dropped as well. And I think he needs to be dropped because he's still not match fit for me whatsoever. I want to see a change of formation as well. I don't ever want to see a 5-3-2 being played again because it doesn't work. It won't work. We've got to play a 4-2-3-1. We've got the players to do it, right? We know he's good enough. He's not good enough. We need to get something at Villa Park on Saturday. And that's all I'm going to say on that. Listen, guys, I'm going to get myself away. But thanks for watching my channel. And I should be back hopefully tomorrow. And what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to try and get a last on my chat as well. And hopefully, if I can get a last on my chat tomorrow, I should do it. If not, I should be back on Wednesday. But I'm going to do the usual, fans forums, what I call it, that sort of thing, yeah? And try and get the lads on as well. And if you do like the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and keep sending those live comments in the sections in below. And I should be on the Horseman Show with Paul, Bazza, and PD Powlock in the next 10 minutes or so. And join us for that. That should be fun, banter, and I can see it's going to be feisty as well and neat as well. So please join us for that. Thanks for watching my channel. Have a great evening, guys. Remember, we're the lads. I'm out of here. Boost out. Charlie out.